Face that, Danny. Make sure you look at the tree, look, good lad. He's showing off because camera's on. Usually fucking stops there and I go mad. Right, ready, go. Put it in, big lad.
You're brutal, mate. Brutal.
Well, the thing is, you know what? I look at him, yeah, and he's a million times, he'll be a million times the fighter I am. You know, and like a little brother to me now, and I want to see him succeed, and I know how hard work you do it, so.
Danny, while he's not here, you can tell me about him. What's he like as a coach?
Good, very good. I've learned a lot more. I've been boxing since I was about 6, and then I started training me about 12 weeks ago, and I've learned more in that 12 weeks than I have since I first ever started. So
you were saying that he met you as an amateur himself, when he was an amateur and you was an amateur, but obviously you're a lot younger than him.
He met me at an amateur gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he?
He was still professional then.
Ah, right.
He met me. I first met him when he came down to my local gym probably about a year and a half ago now, and then I got talking to him, and we got like a family background that we're friends and that, so we got along with each other really well. And then
what is it? Your granddad is friends with his dad?
My great granddad is friends with his dad. Yeah. Because they were both boxers, so. And then.
So boxing's in your family blood then?
Yeah. My great uncle, Fred Powney, he had about 9 professional fights. I think he boxed Brendan Ingle.
Oh right.
He won British title, but then he went off in end of his career because he was working in pit and that. But yeah, a very experienced boxer. So. Yeah.
Well, in them days it was different, wasn't it? Yeah. Everyone, you know, no one was really a professional boxer because they all had jobs, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Because boxing didn't pay that much.
No, not then. No.
It don't pay that much now, though, does it?
No.
So, what are you hoping then? You're 16 years old now?
Yeah, 16. 2 years' time, I'm hoping to go pro, and then from there, hopefully, a bit best. That's what I'm hoping for.
So it's a bit like Dave, because he kicked over as well. I think he was 20 years old when he kicked over, wasn't he?
I want to as soon as possible. Can't wait.
What's your style like then?
It's total. Well, my style before I was training with Dave, head down, just pressure, because I was smaller and chunkier. But now I'm learning all sorts. I can do both stances and stuff like that now. Moving a lot better than I used to. So.
Because we was talking to Dave before, and he's moved around with some of the best coaches in the country, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he feels he can pass that knowledge on to you?
Yeah, definitely. We're only not far into it, and I've learned a lot. So just
what's he going to do now?
Really.
He's taking you on the pads, is he now?
Yeah, she's here now with pads. So
that's almost him training, isn't it? Because he's jogging here now.
Get it off now. Good. Pop his up, stiff move your head, this way, other way, underneath right hand hook, good. Fucking on with that. Sounds good for me this is like training for me, like. If it weren't for Danny, I wouldn't be doing it, I wouldn't be training at all. This is where we get some strange looks. I'm topless. He's smashing pads and Monty just sitting around doing fuck all. Then roll. Come inside. Jump. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2 hook switch. Jump. Good. You're alright. I love this, I prefer this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he hits a sweet shot on pads, I think that was lovely, that. You know what I mean?
Do you think this is something, you know, once your career's over, you definitely want to go into coaching?
100%. I'm Danny's coach now, from now to the end of his career. He calls me Mr. 25%, that's what he calls me. No, you know, I just enjoy it, and I do loads of this stuff. Obviously, I've got Danny's the boxer that I've got. I've got people that want to lose weight. I've got all sorts come down here and just train with me and do whatever they want to do. Pads, bit of running, I run with him.
You're looking at me and thinking lost cause, aren't you, mate?
You know what I mean? It's never too late. Never too late. So
I think it was.
Just where we are now, you know what I mean? All sorts come down, but as far as coaching go, it's nice when you got a good fighter to do it with. You know what I mean? Hello.
Right.
Up. 3. Again. Body shot. Again. One more. Good. Beautiful, that son. I'm a fat prick that time. Chop. Chop. Chop.
Too slow.
Well, Dave, you invited me to your gym.
Yep.
And when you said it was at the bottom of your house in the middle of a field,
yep.
You're right, aren't you?
Yeah, it's where we like to train. Me and Danny are both local to the area. You know, we're not fancy lads, are we?
No,
we just get stuck in wherever, you know, and we should train in a shed. And to be fair, this is probably a step up from training here. It's training here, it's nice, you know, it's fresh air. We see all locals, say hello with the dogs, give a few weird looks, but like Danny said, in 5 years' time, they'll think, fucking hell, 2 British champions were training at bottom field, and 2 lads, and mad lads. So yeah, we like it out here. Well, I do anyway, and Danny's got no choice.
What was that train that went by then?
I didn't see it, but if I say what time it is, I'll tell you what it was exactly.
It's 2 o'clock.
2:04. Well, it's not 2:09 Lincoln train, but probably 1:55 going to 1:55. Could be anyone's guess where it's going.
What is commonly known as an anorak.
I'm not anorak, I just know all the train timetables from Danny.
Let's go back to basics anyway. You're 18 years old when you first amateur fight?
Yeah.
But have you been in a gym before then, or?
Yeah, I started off with Will Swindles. People around here will know him. He was a legend in Mexborough boxing. He was my dad's best friend, and I started off at Johnny Plant. I was there for a little bit. My dad said this is no good. Like I said about the amateur stuff, I wasn't getting any attention. I was just literally smashing the bag, picking up bad habits. So he took me to Wilf. I went to Wilf Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I went to the Ingle gym in the afternoon.
How far's the Ingle gym then from here then?
I didn't live here, I lived ages away. It used to take me about 2 hours there, 2 hours back.
Bloody hell.
So I did that, I was there for 2 years. I stopped training with Wilf and that, and then I went with Glyn Road. And that was 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. I did that for 9 months, and then I went back to Doncaster Plant and did training with Dad at home. So
some dedication
that
then.
was my amateur career. But as an amateur or an animal, I was cruiserweight, I was fit, everything that I'm not as a pro. No, I was hungry then. I'm hungry now. When you know what I mean, people say you're never fit, but give me the notice. I got Roy Thomas the second fight, the Cardiff fight. I was in great shape, you know. So
do you think that's the best shape you've been in?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, you know, and obviously I've got some time out after the Lee Carter fight. And get that fire back, you know. At the minute I'm training, Dan, you know, and it's nice. I'm just enjoying life at the minute. Do you know what I mean? And the difficult thing is, the more you enjoy life, the less you want to fight.
Yeah,
so it's hard, you know. And I'm not saying that's because I'm comfortable financially or comfortable whatever, because I'm just happy, you know. And the madder I were with life, the better fighter I were. And the older I get, the more settled and happy I become. You know what I mean? Do
you think it might be harder to get back in the ring?
It is a bit harder, yeah. And I've had a lot of it beat out of me as well. Taking fights I probably weren't ready for, took a lot of stick, and that's the reason behind the time off.
Well, what are you going to do then? Because we're talking about maybe finding a new coach.
Yeah, you know, we'll see what happens. I want to get in shape now. I've got Danny. I'm in better shape now than I was for Tony Yoka fight, because I've been training Danny. I've been doing all the running with him, all the weights with him, all the stuff with him. If I expect him to do it, I better do it as well. You know what I mean? I've got to do it as well. So I ain't done it today. Like I was talking to you, otherwise I would have been involved. You know what I mean?
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
I did the deal yesterday with him and all the young kids. I haven't seen how bad I couldn't breathe. I was on the floor, and all the kids were thinking, "What's he doing?"
Well, I was asking you before. You know, are you a sport Billy? You know, were you a kid at school who enjoyed all the sports?
I was a great athlete. That might sound big-headed, but I was a great athlete.
Well, when you told me under 11 seconds, as it
10.8. I was 18, 10.8. I was always a top athlete. I could play football. I could do any sport. I'm not saying I was going to be. I was a bit of a jack of all trades, above average jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And I'm still not the master of boxing, like, but
But there was you know, obviously your father was a fighter.
Yeah.
But he didn't want you to box, though. Am I right?
No, you know, I didn't. I used to watch Eurosport boxing with my dad, as a kid, and I used to have a little bets of him, like 2p or something, which fighter would win. But obviously, as an 8-9-year-old kid, you wouldn't know about. I didn't know about Jane or he used to pick one. He'd get first pick. And obviously, now looking back now, I see what was going on. But so it's not that I was kept away from it. I was a soft kid, you know. I was a really intelligent young child. I was moved up a year at school. From being 5, I was moved straight up to 2 years to the year above me. You know, I skipped 1 year, went straight to the year above. I was nearly 2 years younger than some of the kids. Academically I was there, but physically and mentally I was nearly 2 years younger than someone. I got bullied all through primary school. So when I got to 11, when I got to 10, 11, I was weak. You know what I mean? I was weak and shy and everything. So
when did it all change then?
Well, I was at secondary school. I got a bit more popular. You know what I mean? I got a bit bigger, got a bit better looking. You know what I'm saying? And but when I went to Brendan Ingles' gym, probably when I really started to come out of myself. Yeah. Used to make me, you know, the whole shadow boxing, singing, talking to the wall, and roly-poly around the ring, and just being.
Well, what professionals were there when you were there?
Junior Witt was at the top of his game when I started.
Right.
Kid Galahad was just an amateur. Kel was British champion. He was just British champion.
So it was a good period to be there.
Andrew Facey.
Yeah, I remember him.
But John Buster Keaton and Richard Towers were the two that kind of took me under the wing a little bit.
Keaton was a cruiserweight, wasn't he?
Yeah, Keaton, like John Keaton, for me was my first boxing hero. I loved him, even to this day now. You know what I mean? Like, if it weren't for John, I'd have probably jacked it in. But I kept going with John. Used to spar with John. Richard Towers. I meant to fight Richard Towers 2 years ago. Yeah. And it was really odd because I grew up and he was one of my heroes. You know what I mean? You know, like, not my hero because you're a world champion, but because I used to go in the gym, big fella. Yeah. Nice. It used to be nice to me. Give me loads of time, and I knew professional. When you're 16, no matter if you won it or world champion, you're an hero to a young kid, aren't you? So,
definitely.
But yeah, the likes of Facey, Towers, Keaton, and a few others, brilliant. The gym was packed back then, though. In fact, the Ingles back 8-9 years ago, it was absolutely rammed. They had journeymen, world champions, a lot, and they all mixed together with the young kids. It was great.
So how long were you at Ingles for? I
was there for 2 years, and I got kicked out because I was sparring at other gyms.
All right.
I don't think Dom liked me dad back then. I got kicked out. I went to Glyn Roads. I was there for 9 months.
And you ended up with Peter Fiore as well?
Yeah, you know, when I turned pro with Kev Sanders, who trained Nigel Benn. He was training for the McClellan fight and a few others. Right. I turned pro with him. I had 3 fights with him. He had a fallout with Dennis Hobson. Like he stopped working with Dennis, and I had a fallout with him anyway. And Mick Marsden had me for 3 fights. I then went with Peter Fiore. Back to Mick Marsden. Where else have I been? Fucking hell, I've been all over. Even the GB, I was doing the assessments. I was training there on the pads with Richie Woodall and all the fellas there. So, been about, yeah.
And who have you learned the most off, or have you took a little bit from everyone?
All of them, but I always say when someone says to me, who's the most influential man in boxing in your life, you know, my dad obviously were there for the most part of it, you know what I mean? I probably learned the most off my dad, but the most influential was what you have to Brendan Ingles, you know? Yeah. And Brendan, but more so than Brendan's gym. Getting around like the likes of John Keaton, Richard Towers, and
must be great as a young fighter.
Paul David and Danny McIntosh, John Faxton. I could go on and on reeling names off British champions, European champions even, and then he likes Leonard Lovey and Anwar Al Fadi who's still going. There was all in there, and for 16, I was 16, 17, 18, and it was just the best thing ever, going and mixing with them, you know what I mean? And to start with, I couldn't even box, I couldn't even tie, I couldn't even put my wraps on. But just being around them were brilliant, you know. And that's why I look at Danny now. I never even laced a pair of gloves at Danny's age. I didn't even know what boxing was at his age, and so yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting career already, but you know, as a heavyweight, you're just 26 years old. You're still really young, and as you said, you know, a novice, because 10 amateur fights and 19 professional fights doesn't really give you the experience of where you're at present. You know, you've been in with 2 of arguably the, you know, 2 borderline world-class fighters in Dillian White and well, even if you look at Tony Yoki, and Luis Ortiz, you know, these guys, you should have never been in there with them.
No, probably not, but that's why I'm fortunate now. I'm young enough to take this time off and get away from boxing for a little. Not away from boxing, away from my own career. You know, I'll have this fight next week and that'll be it for a bit, you know what I mean? Focus on other things for a bit, but yeah, you know, I've had a good career. If you'd have said to me when I first started boxing, I had the career I've had now, I'd have snatched your hand off. You know, and not because of what I've won or what I've achieved, more because of the following I've gained and
Well, yeah, it is quite amazing the way the public have took you to heart, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's mad, isn't it? Done Sky Sports punditry and all that, but that ain't cause that's cause of people liking me. You know what I mean? I still find it odd now. You know, you're still a bit like, fucking hell, why does everyone like me? They don't know me really. They can't do.
But you tell me you don't drink.
No, I never drink. Never ever.
And yet, you know, I've seen you sat outside a nightclub videoing people falling on the ice.
That ain't the maddest things I get up to, do you know what I mean?
Well, what do you do? I mean, because like most people's weekends are took up with going out and, you know, socialising, especially after, you know, a big fight, you know, you want to go out and celebrate, but how do you do?
I just listen to my mates shagging in my bedroom, my spare bedroom. They come around and shag birds and I listen to them, don't I? Don't I? No, I sit in. I'm a very boring man. Do you know what I mean? I'm very eccentric, and when I get out, if I am out and I'm about people and I'm out and about,
is it an interesting place in your head?
My head, not as interesting as that fucking spare bedroom. Yeah, take keys, go in, house keys and a drink. Oh, well, fucking give me keys back. Yeah, it's very. People always like. It depends what day you catch me on. Do you know what I mean? Because I have had a few problems in my time. Do you know what I mean? And depends what day you catch me on. You can catch me on a great day. I'm the funniest man in the world. You catch me the next day, and you struggle to get a few words out of me.
Well, you know, it's a big thing this now. A lot of people are talking about it with a lot of sports people. Depression, is it something that you do suffer with?
Yeah, you know, from one day to the next, I can be a different bloke one day to the next. You know what I mean? But I just think that makes it more exciting. Any women out there, you know what I mean, that aren't happy with just one man and they want two, I'm your man, because, you know what I mean, one day I can be loving, the next day I want to fuck you up. So I'm here for you all. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is, and it's nice because I ain't got many mates. You know, these two here and a handful of others, and that's it.
Why?
Because they understand me and what I am. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice.
Is it you purposely do that?
Yeah,
you keep yourself to yourself.
You got to keep a small circle. I'm mates with everybody. I'll be everybody's friend. I'll do anything for anyone. But in terms of the people I spend time with, it's a very small circle. You know, I've always been that way. Very quiet. I'm really quiet, really. I'm fucking dead weird, and I can't be as loud as you want. But I'm shy at heart, really. Deep down, I'm quite shy. Apart from when I get in Babe Station Studios and I get my cock out and that. Apart from that, I'm dead quiet.
No, I was asking you that. Why you call you White Rhino?
A massive fucking chopper.
So that's not a sock in. So it's not a sock in the trunks then.
No, it's basically my first manager saw me coming out of the shower, and as he turned around the corner, saw me, and he just collapsed in a heap. And I said, "What's up?" And he said, "Look at the size of that thing." And it's just been the rhino ever since. It's like you look like a rhino. And
as I was saying before, my friend has a similar issue, and I think that's what keeps him happy.
You know what, my main man, like, it's alright, you know what I mean, it will fuck you up, but you know what I mean, it's not massive, just massive.
Right, we're going to get onto off that subject. So your intentions are, you've got a fight coming up, when's that, end of this month?
I'm fighting Friday the 27th of July, Raton Meadows, Lee Carter.
Yep.
We know Lee Carter, I like Lee Carter. If you're watching, you're going to fucking get some boy. I love Lee Carter, but if the fight came up, Lee wants to get paid. I said I'd have this fight, 20 fights, and I'll have some time away from boxing and do whatever. So fight Lee Carter, and then it's a case of just see what happens. Can I be tempted by massive fights for massive money? Absolutely, I can.
Yeah, but is that good though for you though? Do you not think
it's brilliant for me because I love to fight.
Yeah, but
wouldn't
it not be right to
now and said, "Come on, let's fucking get some gloves on and go. I'll be at it."
Well, wouldn't it not be better just to have, you know, 5 good fights, but that are winnable sometimes, and get that confidence to get to the level that you feel you can get to, you know.
If the phone rung right now and it was Eddie and he said, "Look, do you want to fight Nick Webb next Saturday?" I said, "You fucking right, I do." If he said, "Do you want to fight? I've just fucking got a lion out of the jungle. Do you want to fight next week for 25 grand?" That's a fucking holiday. So what's the details? Where I need to be? Because that's what I am. I love it, but at the same time, the Yoka fight, I was really ill after the Yoka fight, to be honest. I was really ill, sick, concussioned a lot. Yeah. Really in a bad way, and that's why I took the time off. Because, like I said, I'm not one to blow my own trumpet, but I'm kind of intelligent. I'm not a bad-looking kid. I can do other stuff in life outside of boxing. So the time off more than anything is just just to make sure I'm healthy, make sure I'm all alright, and then fucking childish you, and then come back and when the fight gets offered, I'll be ready. I want to be fit all the time. I said this before, I said it again. Maybe I'm lying again, maybe I'm not, who knows, but that's the plan.
But that's where you feel, in your head at present, that's where you feel you want to be.
Yeah,
6 months off to get yourself...
Yeah, a bit of time out, get Danny sorted. Danny's the future of DN12, do you know what I mean? We've got some great fights from this area. John Joe Irwin. Who else has there been? John Joe Irwin, a great fighter. No, we've had a lot of fights from around here, you know what I mean? Maybe not the best. Steffi Bull's doing a fantastic job now, promoting, to be fair to him. He's doing a brilliant job with that. I've had a good run at it. I think I've got more to come, but Danny, for me, let's talk about Danny for a minute, because this is where I think the future's at. I just see a bit of star potential in him, do you know what I mean? And when I do something, I do it. Well, I don't do it proper all the time, because that'd be a lie. But when I do something for someone else, when 100%.
Well, when the new season starts for him, and he starts going out and starts winning, do you think that's going to get your enthusiasm going, your juices flowing for returning to the ring yourself?
Hopefully, but for me, him winning the boys clubs in October would mean more to me than me winning the world title.
You think so?
Yeah. Because this, you know what I mean? I look at him and I think, you know what? I see me sending him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you know how far do you think you can go? Realistically, if you had everything that we could go your way, you had the right trainer, you had the right fights at the right times. You know, you're young, you're 26 years old. You've proved that you've got all the attributes that you need to get to those levels. You know, I mean, first of all, chin is really important.
I think
you've got that.
I think I'm going to British title tomorrow, depending on who the champion were.
Yeah.
You know, if I boxed Sam Sexton for the British title, I'd be a British champion tomorrow. Right. I don't respect Sam Sexton, but I know from sparring and stuff I can be very good. But you need a lot of luck in this game. I don't believe in luck, but you need a lot of something. I'm not sure if luck's the right word, but you need a lot of things to go your own way behind the scenes, stuff that can't be helped. You know, a lot of people have been lucky with certain shots and certain things against certain men. But I think I can definitely win a British title. Maybe more. I wouldn't like to say. I like to be realistic. I never want to sound delusional or thingy, but I know what I can do. But you know, I've done a lot of talking over the years to get myself in certain positions, to take certain fights I couldn't win. But yeah, at this time in my life, you know, the last couple of years, I've a really good friend called Tom. He's put a lot into me, and a lot of people put a lot into me. And now I feel like, you know what, let's have a bit of time off, and I'm gonna put something into someone else. I'm not grooming. That's not. Don't thought you're gonna start thinking on about put me cock in him in a minute. You know what I mean? I want to start putting something into Danny soon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm putting my time and my effort into Danny, and numerous others.
And as you said, you know, when you're teaching someone else, it does make things fall into place for yourself, doesn't it? Things that you do well, things that you don't do well, things that you want to work on yourself.
Yeah, there's that. Like, there's so many things. For me, the main thing is I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Danny's enjoying it, and that's the main thing for me. Everything else that can come out of it, like it improves me as a fighter, or it improves me as a coach, or it can do this for me, it can do that for me, sound. The most important thing is my happiness, and Danny enjoying his boxing and his life, and I think he is, you know what I mean, and that's what it's all about for me at the minute.
Well, I've enjoyed coming to your gym. I've enjoyed finding out about you, mate. I think we could carry on talking for about another 2-3 hours and still not stop, mate.
I could go all day.
But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, mate, and I look forward to you and Carter getting it on with one another, and then hopefully seeing a revitalised you in 2019, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for coming down. You know, I'll be at a show near you and everyone else soon. You know, either in the corner with him, doing my amateur stuff so I can do the corner, or about fighting, or just watching, supporting as a boxing fan, which is what I am first and foremost.
You are, aren't you? You are a big boxing fan.
I try and tell everyone that I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. So when I make a comment on boxing, it's as a boxing fan, not as a fighter. So fuck off slating me.
Alright lads, take care.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. See you later, get it, and good luck with the championships on in October, is it?
Yeah.
Alright, mate. Take care.
No pressure.